shaking now, now. Get 'em up downtown. Get your rocks off, honey. Shaking now, now. Get 'em up downtown. Get your rocks off,
Good evening, everybody. My name's Pete, and welcome to Saturday afternoon, evenings live stream of the LUF Lounge. So welcome, everybody. We're live and direct. And yeah, I just want to say my name's Peter Abbott and I'm your host. So what is the LUF Lounge? LUF Lounge is a space, it's a safe space for us, for people in addiction, recovery, people dealing with active addiction, substance misuse, mental health issues. This is our space. It is a safe space, and it's a space for us to talk, and it's a space for us to have a voice. And on that note, we need you to click like and click share, because that voice needs to be heard, guys. So get on it. Everybody click the like, everybody click the share, and let's do this, because we have got a fantastic episode coming up this evening, because it's a Puzzle Productions takeover. That means you're going to get to meet some of the people behind the acting that is done on Puzzle Production. You're going to get to meet a couple of the actors. They're going to tell you a little bit about themselves and about how it's affected them, where they come from within their addiction, how their recovery is going, and what it is we're actually trying to put out there to the people out there in the community listening tonight. Just before we get going, Red Rose Recovery obviously is a Lancashire-based charity that provides peer support-led training, volunteering and employment opportunities to people like us, people that thought we'd never get anywhere in life because of our addictions and our problems, the issues that we've had. These guys are there to give us support and to give us employment. It is possible, guys, to move on with life. You know, it's for people who have come through the grinder, through the system, through offending behaviour, substance misuse, mental illness, domestic abuse, and all types of adverse experiences that they've had in their lives. So, on that, I would like to introduce our panel for the evening. Now, you've got myself, Pete, the host, and we've got the beautiful Barbara. Barbara is going to be coming on later to say hi. Would you just like to introduce yourself?
Hiya, I'm Barbara English and I work for Red Rose Recovery, and I'll speak to everybody later about my experiences.
We've got Neil Mack. Neil, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, thanks, Peter. Hi, everybody. My name's Neil Mack, aka Nixie from Puzzle Productions. And I come into Red Rose in September. I mean, I've not looked back since. Thanks, Pete.
We've got the one, the only, Willie. Would you introduce yourself, please,
hello, everybody. Yeah, my name's Willie. I've been with Red Rose now for a few years. Talked about mental health, recovery, addiction. So anyone that wants to ask me anything can do, and I'll be glad to listen to you, and I'll be glad, to talk to you tonight.
Thank you very much for that, Willie. We've got Lindsay Fergie there. Lindsay, could you just say hi to the viewers and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lindsay Ferguson. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
Thanks very much, Lindsay. Just a reminder, guys, click the like and share button. The more times we click it, the more likes, the more shares we get, the more people we reach out to, the more people that get to see this amazing platform that we have got to be able to help people still in addiction, still in pain, and also for the guys that are out there who are in recovery, just getting on the vibe tonight. Louise, could you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, yeah, my name's Louise. I've been with Red Rose Recovery quite a few years now. I'm going to be speaking in a bit on my next chapter, what Red Rose has helped me accomplish.
Thank you very much. And we've got Glenn. Am I introducing you, Glenn? You're going to be getting off early tonight, aren't you? So you're just here to help us share a few videos and stuff like that, yeah?
Yeah, I'll introduce myself anyway. I think a lot of people know me, so I'm Glenn. I work for Red Rose Recovery also, and yeah, I'm an advocate of the Lancashire User Forum, so I like to support when I can, and obviously help me support these guys grow like somebody helped me grow. So yeah.
Thanks very much, Glenn. So, guys, welcome. Another week has passed since the last LUF Lounge. Can we believe how quick that's gone? I can't. It has gone so quick. What have I done in that week? I've been to my first live meeting, out and about in the community. I've managed to successfully stay clean for yet another week in life. I've reached out. I've smashed the groups this week on Red Rose. We've done puzzle productions, and of course today is a puzzle production takeover. We've done the Hope. We've done all kinds of other groups on there. We've done the check-ins daily. You know, it's massive. There's so much stuff available for people who need help. So the best way to do that, if you need help, is reach out. www.redroserecovery.org.uk. Click on that, put in a self-referral. Guys, if you need help, leave a message. If anybody you know needs help, leave a message. Someone will get back in touch with you. If you just want to have a look at what Red Rose is doing, they've got the website. Click on the website, Red Rose Recovery. Click on what's on. Brings down what's on that day. Click on a group, live Zoom, get involved, come and enjoy yourself. It's massive, guys. So on that, I'm going to ask my first guest. He's the legend, an absolute brilliant sort of guy. He's in recovery, he's smashing it, and he's even written a blooming book. Willie, bring us a word of wisdom.
Hi, my name's Willie, and this is Willie's word of wisdom for tonight. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. And I will come back to you later with a few more.
Thank you very much for that, Willie. Right, so I'm just going to do a few comments. Obviously tonight, guys, we are doing a puzzle production takeover. So it is going to be very much geared around puzzle productions, what we've been doing. If you guys have got any questions for our guests this evening, don't hesitate to put them in the comments box. But while you're doing that, click like and share. It's massive. Keep clicking that like and share, guys. Hey, everyone, Arthur Ward. Here we go, Craig Gillett. Beth Ferguson. No, I will not read that. It's about me. I don't need ego massaging. Looking forward to joining you all soon. Stay positive. Arthur Ward is still there. He's back again. Commitment. Lindsay Red Rose. Hey, everyone. Can we share and like? Absolutely. Keep going, sharing and like. Oh, my God. Dublin, Ireland. We've got someone in Dublin, Ireland watching us. We are getting out there, guys. We're getting further and further. This is amazing. Some more comments. Welcome to Dublin. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Glenn Red Rose from Bev Webster. I'm sure that's for you coming in doing what you're about to do. And on that note, could I please have you play one of the videos from one of our guys who sadly can't be with us tonight because he's got other commitments. And it's a video. If you would play that for me, Glenn, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, just give 1 sec.
Over the course of the afternoon, they're going to be boarding me. People want me to sing the song, so unfortunately my sound equipment is broken, but they are encouraging me to try to do it a cappella. So it depends if we've got enough confidence. I might do it.
Can you guys see that?
Yes, thank you, Glenn.
Right, I'm going to start playing this now. All right, Pete?
Yes, thank you.
Terry got his volunteer post with Red Rose Recovery and now gets an opportunity to become a lead volunteer.
Hi Dad, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, thanks. So you know that Red Rose Recovery that I've been volunteering for the last few months? I've just got off the phone to them, so they've offered me a lead volunteer position. So that means it comes with more responsibilities. I get more training. Yeah, oh, it's awesome. I'm so happy. Yeah, I can finally start putting, you know, things right and start helping people. So, you know, it's amazing, Dad. Oh, thanks. Yeah. All right, Dad. Speak to you later. Cheers, mate. Bye. Bye.
Hello? Hiya, son, you alright? Yeah. Oh, don't worry about the responsibility, mate. Lead volunteer, eh? Yeah, you'll be brilliant at that, son. So proud of you, mate. Yeah, you can do good things for people. Brilliant, mate. Yeah, I'm enjoying life as well, mate. Clean is the way, isn't it?
It is now 6 months later.
Hi, Miss. Miss, can I ask you the question, please? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, Miss. I've been in here 4 years now, and I can't keep doing this, Miss. I just need some help. I don't know what. I just need some help, Miss. I just can't stop taking drugs. I'm in here, it's worse than ever, and I just need some help. I don't know what I'm asking. All I know is that I can't keep doing what I'm doing. Is there anything at all you can do to help me, Miss?
Yeah, well, there's a recovery wing. I'm not sure if there's any beds, but I'll have a look. And someone will come down and talk to you, but you're going to have to really want this. Right, I'll do my best for you, mate.
Hi, Niggsy. I'm from the recovery ward. I hear you're interested in coming on board. What do you think you have to offer to the programme? It's a serious programme, this, you know, which works if you're willing to put in the action. Okay.
Alright, boss. Yeah, I want to go into the recovery wing, mate, I do. Yeah. No, I really do. I mean it this time. I mean it. I want to change. I've been in here nearly 4 years now. I'm out in 12 months. There's just things I want to do with my life, and while I'm taking drugs, it'll never happen. Yeah, I want to get back with my girlfriend. I want to work. I want to make a life for myself. I just want to sort me out. I want kids eventually. I can never bring kids into the way I was behaving. Yeah, I do. I really mean it. I really want it. Whatever helps on offer, I want to take it. Yeah, like I say, I'm out in 12 months and things need to change. Yeah, appreciate that, boss.
Miss Ferguson calls Red Rose Recovery to request a volunteer to come to HMP Nottingham to do a recovery talk, and ends up talking to Mr. Terry Tabbs.
Hi, I'd like to speak to someone about coming into the prison to do a talk on the recovery wing. Yes, it is Miss Bergen. Oh, Terry. Terry Tabbs, long time no hear. How you doing, mate? Oh, I'm so glad you're doing really well. Are you willing to do this talk for me? Oh, that'd be amazing. You know, you've come so far. I'm very proud of you. I knew you had it in you. I knew you could do this. All right, brilliant. I'll see you then, mate. Thank you very much. I'll put it in diary now. Thank you. Bye.
Hello, Red Rose Recovery. Oh, hi, Miss Bergson. It's Terry, yeah. Oh, okay. What, to come in and talk to some of the guys in the prison? What, and you want me to do it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Be more than happy to do that. That's brilliant. Thanks ever so much for asking. Okay, miss. Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Next, I've managed to get you a place on the recovery wing. Now I've just got to do a bit of paperwork, so it's going to be next week. And I really hope you want to make an effort and do this. It's got to be what you want, because I'm not doing paperwork if you're just going to mess about. Right, good, nice one. Right, good luck, mate. See you in a bit. Bye.
Hi, miss. I've got the move. Oh, yes. It's right. Where am I going? Oh, yes. Oh, the sun's shining as well. Yes. Yes, I'm buzzing. It's right, miss. Thanks. I'll get my stuff ready, miss. Thank you very much. No, thank you, miss. I really mean that. Thank you.
Terry Tibbs goes back to prison.
Well, that's the end of that episode. That's the end of that series. It's quite sad, really, because you know we've all had quite a lot of involvement in and around that whole making of the LUF Lounge and stuff, you know, and it's affected us all in different ways. And unfortunately, I wasn't there at the beginning, you know, of starting the live streams that we've been doing to be there because I was in recovery. I went away to treatment back in November, and these guys have just smashed through this constantly. I'm just looking for my comments feed because for some reason my Facebook's decided that it wants to play silly buggers. So I apologise, I've not got no comments. But anyway, what we'll do while I'm waiting for that to load back up is I want everyone to unmute themselves really. I just want to have a little talk around it, guys. You know, what has Puzzle Productions meant to you guys? I mean, it's been emotional. I mean, some of you guys should have seen some of the outtakes. It's such a shame we can't play them because that's a whole different series just in itself, you know. But Neil, have you got anything that you want to share about Puzzle Productions? You know, about what your experiences?
Yeah, I'm just going to share my very first experience. So I was in supported housing in Preston, and I got up to about 6 months clean, and I was absolutely round the bend, for want of a better word. So I spoke to my key worker, and he suggested I needed a bridge to normal living. So he suggested Red Rose, another mutual aid group, and I joined college. So I did it that day. It was a Thursday. So I spoke to someone on Red Rose on the Friday, and then the first thing I done was I was on the WhatsApp group, and then the first group come up Monday morning, and I went on, and I'm thinking, what's this? I was lying there, like I was really desperate, really desperate. That gift of desperation I had. And you were actually on a piece, first time I'd ever seen you. And at that point, we were doing a script. You were writing the script out, so it was really slow. I sat there quiet in the background. I didn't say much, but it was worth seeing most people, and it was actually my first experience. And it was my experience first of all. Well, I was just I don't know, because on a Monday is my favourite day on Red Rose, because I love Puzzle Productions. Great way to start the week, and then it's music therapy overnight. So that Monday really did strike a chord with me. I was a bit jaded, but I often see that when people first come on the first group, they are a bit jaded, a bit standoffy, a bit back when you first come on. I see it regular. So yeah, but Puzzle Productions has done a lot for me. I'll speak more about it later.
Yeah, I mean, so when you first came into Puzzle Productions, Neil, how did that affect you? You know, was you sort of, like you said, you saw me there. Was you sort of sat on the back of it a little bit, like a little bit shy, not wanting to come in and get involved much?
Yeah, it was like I was stuck. I get stuck in my head a lot. I get stuck in self. So I'm sitting there. And I'm like, I was used to Zoom from doing a mutual aid group. So I was flicking through, and it was just general gab. And I was thinking, what's this all about? Because at that stage there was no. It was Scott Wakefield. I very remember. He was he's the lead, or was the lead at first, and he was just having a gab, and I could see what you were doing. And I've not. My brother's an actor, he makes TV programs, so like I've had that in my life, but I was never like that, because when I was in school, they used to try and get me to act, thinking it was like my brother. So I got forced for a couple of years when I first went to high school, and it was hell. I got so stuck in self. But doing this has really liberated me. It's there's loads I can talk about. Like, for instance, when I make a video, I just have to record it and send it in straight away. I can't look at it back. At first, on my first video, I didn't make a video for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I just sat there. And then when I made a video, I've just got to send it in, and even seeing myself just then, it's horrible. I don't like seeing myself. Really
so, Neil, do you want
self-conscious.
to just, sorry, Neil, sorry. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about the character you played throughout Puzzle Productions then, and let the viewers know what it is you actually did? But before you do that, guys, could you just remember to click like and share? Because, you know, we're getting up there. We've got nearly 100 shares already, and we're not even a half an hour into the show. So, you know, let's smash this today. We want more. Click like, click share. Neil, we'll get back to you 1 second. I've just got my comments back up. They're all on YouTube. Terry Tibbs, Changing Lives. Yes, Terry Tibbs. Bev, they normally play show at the end of the LUF. Yeah, I know we do, but we've changed it up a little bit because we've done a live takeover today. Sorry about that, David. It will be available on YouTube like all the rest of them. So if you missed it, click on YouTube. Click like, click subscribe even, you know, subscribe to the episodes, get them out there. Well done, guys, brilliant. Hi, Tommy from Bev Webster, Dave Simpson, cliffhanger. Well, that's it, you know, Terry Tibbs has gone back to prison, but he's gone back in the other capacity, you know, and just talking around that, you know, we've got to think about the good that comes from recovery. You know, Terry's gone back to prison to give his talk in the prison setting. That's where it's left you with. He's gone back on the good side this time, not the dark side. Dark side. Right, Neil, sorry, back to you. If you could just tell us a little bit about your character and what it did for you playing him, you know, let the viewers know how that made you feel.
Yeah, so it was absolutely enlightening as the weeks have gone on, and we built upon it, because we ad lib it every single week. There's never a script. We log on a Monday morning, have a little gap, and then we just start piecing it together. It's amazing how it works. And what's the drug dealer? So Scott's a Scouser, and he said I'd be good to become a boss, because I was sat there quiet, and he said, would you like to be a drug dealer? So I thought about it. I was a bit reluctant, and I said okay. And then, because of the Scouse element, it was. And then, as I started, it was weird. It made me look at it different. I was always on like Terry's side of the fence, never as much violence exhibited on me, but I've had a few beaten up and that. But it was just for me, looking at it from the drug dealer's point of view, really, like the scope of the effect of people that drugs have on it, even the so-called, the ones who've got it made, you know what I mean? It was just so mad. And the Nigsy thing as well, that's my nickname in real life, and it's kind of associated with addiction. It's something that I didn't want to, I was going to, when I went to Preston, I was going to leave that behind. So it was kind of like when a nickname come up. So I'm thinking that that is the death of Nigsy, to be honest. I don't want to use that nickname associated with addiction and with my misbehaving and that side of me. So it's kind of like, hopefully I can leave that in the past.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's brilliant. You know, your character is pretty, you know, well, I end up in prison at the end of the day, you know, so it just, you know, it just goes to show, like, you know, it's full circle, really. You know, you're out here now in recovery, and you know how to play a character like that to show people just the extent of, you know, what real life, you know, what happens out there in real life, and it's crazy, really. I do want to say, you know, while we do this setting, and you know, on this platform, anonymity is key. So I know if we are talking around people, you know, we won't mention names and things like that. It is very important to keep the anonymity, you know, as key priority. Barbara, how are you, and you know, what Puzzle Productions done for you around this?
I've always been in sort of the background, you know, doing the work, not really bothering with the, as I call it, the hierarchy, the bosses and everything else. And then I was introduced to Puzzle Productions. I play Sheila, that is Mike's wife and Nigsy's mum. Oh no, sorry, Terry's mum. I've had a few sons and out and that. And it shocked me that the effect that it can have on the families and the friends and the neighbours of anybody that's an addiction. And playing the part really, really got to me. One time I was actually arguing with Mike, who was my husband at the time, and I burst out crying, and I couldn't believe that I'd put that much into it. The feeling had come through. And even me real husband turned round and said, I was nearly crying with you, and I wasn't even in it. So it does get to you, but do you know what? It's the way that we all work together is amazing. If somebody can't turn up, there's no big deal. There's no one saying you should have been there, you should have done that. Somebody else just steps in. And it shows that working together and all connecting together can bring something really good out. That is showing people what it's like to live with an addict, what it's like for the families, what it's like for the friends that have to watch it all going on, and what the person themselves is going through. And I think the story has portrayed it brilliantly.
You know, and what you just said then is valuable. You know, it shows you all about, you know, the connection that us guys in recovery have. You know, and that is massive. That word connection, the opposite of addiction is connection, and it's massive. That and this is what we try to promote at Red Rose. You know, is connection, connecting with peers who have gone through the same experience. Nobody understands us more than us, another addict. You know, we can talk to people, we can talk to family, and they don't understand addiction. They don't understand that we are ill, we are sick people, we have got an illness. They just think it's something that we can just pick up and leave, or, you know, or do intermittently. It's not that at all. It is something, when you start doing whatever it is you choose to do, the obsession behind that and the compulsion to keep doing it just grips you, and it just takes you away, you know. And this is the thing with the Puzzle Productions. You know, what we're trying to do is we're trying to highlight these areas, these episodes, you know, and it just to give some indication to people that it isn't easy, you know, to talk about these things, because we are recovering addicts, you know, and these things are quite raw to us still, you know. And do you know the way we deal with that when we have discussed a topic like this? Connection. It's reaching out, making phone calls to people to help you, you know, and that's what Red Rose Recovery is all about: connection, groups, peers. You know, www.redroserecovery.org.uk. If you're struggling, make a referral, leave a message. Somebody will get back to you. I want to just jump in here now, and Glenn, have we got the next video ready?
Yeah, you want to play that? Yeah, play it now.
Yeah, we're just going to play a video, and this is from a cast member who sadly can't be with us, and he's just given us a little video about what Puzzle Productions has meant for him. And then we'll come back and we'll carry on and have a little chat around Puzzle Production. Lindsay, I want you to have a little comment next about what it's done for you and where you're at. All right? Cheers, Glenn.
Yep, like and share, everybody.
Hi guys, yeah, it's Chris here, aka Mike from Puzzle Productions, the horrible granddad. Yeah, I've been asked to do a share to just let you know basically what this group has done for me and so many other people. When this group started, I didn't think I'd have the confidence to do it. I really didn't think that I'd be able to do it, but do you know what, I'm going to give it a go. So I jumped on the group, the guys in the background, you know, the group, but the guys producing it, you know, just giving me all the confidence that I needed, you know, encouragement, and everybody else in the group gave me encouragement, and we just worked together. We worked together as a team, and we grew. We grew better and better and better every week. And I seen people growing every week as well as myself. I've seen it in others, you know, just more confidence. It wasn't like that first time I watched it live on the LUF. It was like, oh wow, that was awful. You know, I'm not doing that again. And then we got the feedback of you guys, you know, to say how you really enjoyed it. I thought, do you know what? We could be onto something here. We're doing something right. So I continued with it, and yeah, as a group, we did amazing things from our own homes. You know, how creative is that? You know, we created something when we're miles apart, you know, in lockdown, you know, so we can do things in lockdown. The connection with the group is brilliant. I've made some brilliant friends in this group, you know, through all the encouragement and the life story of Terry Tibbs. You know, we've all got a bit of that in us. We can all relate to some of that somewhere along the lines, and it was really powerful. It was really powerful being able to do it, you know. In my time, I have been Mike. I have been that selfish person, and it was quite good to act as Mike and have a bit of realization, you know, about, you know, what you have been in your past, you know. Working with Barbara, who played Sheila, you know, I remember a part where she was stripping me down, should we say, giving me a telling off, and I felt the emotion in that, you know. It actually got to me, and I had to remember that, hang on, this is just a play, you know. That's how much we got involved, but the fun that we had was unbelievable, you know. And it's just amazing, guys, you know. It's amazing for your confidence, it's amazing for connection. Yeah, if you want to do something creative, yeah, get yourself involved with Puzzle Productions. You will love it, and all the guys on there will give you all the encouragement and all the help you need to be able to do it. Hopefully I'll see you in the group soon. Take care, guys. Peace and love.
Nice one.
Yeah, you see, so that there is our very own Chris, who's played a couple of parts. He played a couple undercover, literally undercover. So you know, because we were short on the ground of people, because, you know, as Neil said before, and Barbara, you never know who's going to turn up for an episode at any one time. You know, so we could have this whole big elaborate plan of what we want to do for an episode, and it just not happen because the people that you want who are integral to that episode just not there, because they've got commitments, or they're not well, or they're struggling, you know, and they're reaching out in other ways, or maybe they're on other groups. You know, it's massive. I just want to bring back a few comments now while I do, and then once we've done that, we're just going to nip over to Lindsay, and she's going to share how it was, what she thought of Puzzle Productions, what she's done, and then we're in for a little bit of a treat, because our very own Glen Island wants a little minute with you. So put your outtakes on YouTube. I think what we might do for that, you know, and that's Chris Rowland saying that, I think we should keep our outtakes, make an outtake video, but it might be a little bit, it will have to be censored, because I know I've still got some of mine, and there's a lot of swearing when I mess it up in there. But I think that's a good idea. Let's keep our outtakes. Share and like, guys. Hi, everyone. Just got back from a COVID jab. Hope everyone's well. Stuart, nice to see that Stuart's managed to get his time in here. Tom Tierney, hi, Bev. Everybody, you're good. Evening, everybody. You're gorgeous people. Good evening. This show was meant for us. Everybody's great on the LUF. Wishing everybody well. This is a fantastic place to be, reaching out to the people that really need it. Our very own Barbara English, of course. Wade Rishton. Hey Wade. let's give us some feedback. Let's have some questions, guys. Come on, let's ask the cast members some questions. Daniel Red Rose, yes, mummy. That's brilliant. Niggsy was quite an intimidating character. There we go. He was indeed. Babs, you're amazing in the show. Leanne Moore, Barbara English, what a lady. You've got so much love. Honestly, there's a lot of love coming out here for you. There's a lot of love coming out for everyone, to be honest with you guys. And this is why I love doing this. You know, it just, the affirmation people get from doing this is fantastic, you know. Bev Webster, Puzzle Productions opened my eyes a lot and have me a lot of things and gave me a lot of things to think about. Brilliant comment, you know. And one thing that I find Puzzle Productions does is it really gives people and helps them grow in confidence. Because as Neil said before, he was very much on the back. You know, it took him a lot to be able to open up. And this is the whole thing about peer support and groups is confidence. It's building that confidence to be able to speak about things that bother you and showing you that you don't have to use, you don't have to go out there and use because you're struggling to speak about it, and giving you that confidence to be able to speak about it. So, Lindsay, I'm just going to bring back to you now. What has Puzzle Productions done for you? How do you feel about it? Where are you at with it?
Well, I'm Lindsay, aka Miss Ferguson. For me, I've always been really camera shy. Absolutely, like you'll never catch me on it. But doing this in my own home, I'm a bit like Neil, who's on the show tonight. I cannot look at anything back. I just send it over once I've done it, you know, and I just look at the final like when it's finished and finalised. You know, for me, it made me realise like what the actual prison officers do. You know, and I've even passed it on to some other people, you know, and they've said how like amazing it is, how amazing we've all done it in different homes, and then put it together like an actual series. So yeah, you know, there's lots of love out there for that, and yeah, it just made my confidence grow a lot. Yeah.
No, you know, it has as well, Lindsay, because I've seen that from you just on the last few weeks that I've been back around in Red Rose, how your confidence really has grown, you know, and yeah, you know, you playing a
prison officer. Sorry, I was thinking about you playing
a prison officer. You know, it's not a setting you've actually experienced, is it? You know, you've never been in the institutions. A bit like myself, really, you know, but other people do come from institutions, you know. So again, this can be a sensitive subject material that we're touching on.
Yeah, and I did go out there and ask the questions, you know, for people who have been in jail, how the prison officers speak to you, you know, what are they called, how's it done, just so I knew what character role to play.
Yeah, no, and you know, and that's what this is around. Again, it's about research. It's about researching parts you're playing, but most of all, it's about researching yourself and listening to yourself. And this is what recovery is about. It's about growing as an individual. It's about becoming a new person, because you know we've been left on the shit pile for so long, guys. You know, and people don't listen to us. You know, they don't expect us to be able to evolve into the people that we are now. You know, people sat on this platform now doing this live out on Facebook, reaching out to people, you know, who are struggling. Would you have ever expected, people would never expect an addict or an ex-addict, a recovering addict to be doing this, you know, because they don't think it's something that we're capable of. You know, that we're so undervalued in life and that. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass it over to Glenn, and then he's going to introduce Louise, and she's going to come and share around her experience and what she does with Red Rose for around 15-20 minutes, I believe. Sorry for putting you on the spot there, Louise. I think you said it was around that time. It's been a pleasure so far. Don't forget, click the like and share. www.redroserecovery.org.uk. If you're struggling, leave a message, guys. Someone will get back in touch with you. We are here for you. Thanks, Glenn.
Hello, people. Yeah, so I asked Pete, I just messaged him then and said, can I do the next introduction? And I think that it's only right that I do this, because over the last 4 years, obviously I've done my journey with Louise, and now she's moving on to a new chapter in her life. I'm not going to say what, because obviously I know she's going to tell you a bit about it, but we've had highs, lows, all sorts of stuff. What I will tell you is, on a daily basis, I'm upstairs getting ready, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, my phone rings, and I'm upstairs and it's downstairs, and I know it is straight away. It's Louise. And I'm like, really? Someone will do sleep? But I'm fortunate enough to be able to carry on that journey with Louise, even though she's going to be with another employer. So I just want to say thank you, Louise, because it's been a pleasure. And even though that it's going to be your last LUF Lounge as a Red Rose employee, that doesn't mean for 1 minute that you're not going to be part of the LUF going forward and still involved. So I'll let you take it away, because obviously I don't want to be talking too much. Here's Louise. Thank you, Louise.
Thanks, Glenn. Hi, everybody. My name's Louise. Thanks for everyone putting this meeting on. I think it's my second time in this meeting. If you see the cat jumping around, just ignore her. She tends to do it when I'm about to talk on something. So yeah, I'm just going to tell you about my journey and how Red Rose have helped me and my new employers. And you know, one thing I've always done since I've been in recovery is I've always stuck around people who believe in me, always. And my family, especially my mum and my daughter, God bless them, they believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. All the times I'd relapse and fail, and you know, they'd always give me that second chance, third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance, you know. Yeah, so I think it's very important that to stick around people who do believe in you. You know, when I was younger, I was 13 when I started Class A drugs. That's not when I first ever had a drug, but that's the first time I proper remember. And you know what? The truth is, I love drugs, but they didn't agree with me. It was all fun in the beginning. I had my daughter when I was young. I was 16 when I got pregnant with her. I was always in a domestic violence relationship. You know, that's all I thought I was worth. You know, I didn't. And in a way, the drugs, they used to give me confidence to go home. If I knew I was going home and all, it was going to kick off. If I'd had the drugs, it didn't bother. And you know, when I stopped the drugs, I grieved for them as well. I felt lost. I felt naked. I couldn't hold a conversation together. I didn't know how normal people lived. Paying bills, opening letters, answering the telephone, all that kind of stuff. The only thing I knew basically was, have you got? How much have you got? Have you got a deal on? How long are you going to be? That kind of stuff. I weren't the best mum to my daughter. I weren't the best daughter to my mum. You know, all that stuff that we do when we're in addiction. Like, I did it. There was a lot of stuff I was ashamed of, but, you know, through doing a lot of work on myself, and I live by a 12-step program, I've done a lot of work around it. I forgive myself. I forgive people I never thought I would forgive. You know, and that's not me going up to them saying, yeah, I forgive you for levering me all them years. That's me in my own head, hoping that they can eventually find some peace. And all that stuff I've learned in recovery, all kinds went on. I had social services involved with me. I was always off to a detox centre, went off to a rehab, left the rehab, scored on my way home. You know, it was just a life of chaos. I was always getting locked up. I did things I thought I never would do for drugs. Yeah, that is the kind of life I lived. There's 1,000 war stories I could tell you, but I don't need to go into all that. And then, do you know what? I'd just done another treatment in Blackpool, and my friend at the time, he'd started volunteering for Red Rose, and I think I was about 60 days clean at the time. And so I decided to get involved with Red Rose, and you know what? It was like all the first bit of training, the trainer speaker boot camp, all this stuff. It started giving me confidence and like to make my own decisions, and And by this time, then I just managed to get an house with my daughter. So then moving back in with my daughter, who was like, what was she, 14 at the time. Oh, first it was chaos because we weren't used to each other. She weren't used to me being clean and trying to put these boundaries in. I didn't like it because she wasn't adhering to me and how I wanted her to act. So it was just, I had to do a lot of work around that. I had to learn how to be a mum when I first come into recovery. And all the volunteering I did with Red Rose. And then I went to college. You know, I thought I'd get some education. But at that time, I still had a lot of my old attitude with me. I managed to get myself kicked out of college and all the rest, that kind of stuff. And then one thing I did is I went back volunteering with Red Rose. Like I say, it gave me my self-confidence. I used to love it. We used to go on all the LUFs, and you'd hear all these stories. And the stories I'd heard, it was like people talking my story, but it was coming out of their mouth. And it was like, you know, realising I'm not alone. And like it got said before, you know, if anybody's struggling, reach out, you know, contact Red Rose, any of your peers on it. If any of you would like to contact me, any of the women, you know, I believe women for women, men for men. If there's any women who's struggling, even if it's just a phone call, do you know, I will do that. And if I can't answer any of your questions, I'll put you on to some women who will. It's all about helping each other, getting connected, staying connected. Do you know what I did as well at the beginning of my recovery? I got myself some funny friends. And I tell you what, them funny friends have carried me, because I thought it'd be boring getting clean. I thought, what am I going to do? How am I going to live my life without drugs? Because that is one thing I never thought was possible. But you know what? I've learned how to do it, and I've learned, you know, you can still have a good time. I've been to concerts, I've travelled, I've done all sorts since I've been clean. Me and my daughter went on our first holiday together, the other side of the world, and it was absolutely amazing. Some of the gifts of recovery has been amazing. And you know what? With Red Rose, I used to volunteer the 5 Ways to Wellbeing groups. And I did that for a year, 2 groups a week for a year off my own back, because people did that for me. People give their free time to help me, and I thought it's only right I give back. And then a job come up, which was in Blackpool in the Children's Centre, working with women with domestic violence and ladies who'd had the children removed, with social services, and I started working with them. And I think that's when I really started to grow. And you know what was mad is the jobs I've done, I see myself in them. Like the women with the domestic violence, you know, I really related, because at one time that's all I thought I was worth. I used to get levered and he'd say he was sorry, and you know what, I think he loves me, but he loves me, I can't leave him, what's he gonna do? You know, all that insanity that I used to tell myself. Oh, it was absolutely madness. But the women I was working with, and then me and Glenn put a programme on that I'd learned through Red Rose Recovery. I learned how to facilitate it. And you know, 2 of the people who used to come to our groups, like they was in talks with having contact back with the children who'd been removed, and like getting assessed for them back. So, you know, I knew we was making a difference in people's lives, you know, not just going out there saying, yeah, I'm in recovery and I'll help you. It's like, no, you need to really help people if you're going to say, you know. So anyway, so I got that job, that contract finished, and then I got another job with liaison and diversion in Preston Police Station, which was mad in itself. You know, I was always in the cells, me. But what attracted me to that was I was helping people like myself, you know, with drink and drugs, even though I believe alcohol is a drug, but that's for another platform. Yes, and I was helping people like myself, and it's like, how amazing is that? You get paid for something that you love to do anyway. You know, in my spare time, with the mutual aid that I do, you know, I've learned that by coming here in recovery is, you know, what was given freely to me, I have to freely give that away, and I don't mind doing that. It actually helps me, you know. If someone rings me up and I'm trying to tell them something they're not doing, I'm probably not doing it myself either. So then that's me who has to, you know, take an inventory of myself, and I try and live by spiritual principles. And sometimes if I'm really struggling with them, I just think, just be kind. And you know, I know as long as I'm being kind to people, then at least I'm not hurting them. Whether I like them or whatever that may be, whether it's people who rub me up the wrong way or whatever, at that moment in that time, as long as I'm kind and I give them a smile, I know that I can go to bed that night knowing I've not hurt everyone. And don't get me wrong, it's not like that every day. Some days I fall short, but then I have a program where I have the ability to go and apologise for that, and I can go and say sorry for that. So yeah, so the job, which I absolutely love, the team that I work with is absolutely amazing, and I still, you know, we work with Scott and Glenn. I haven't mentioned second name, sorry. So I work with these, and we also have another team, and the other team are absolutely amazing, and a job come up within the service with the NHS. So anyway, I went for the job, prepped for the interview, which was mad as well in itself, and I got the interview, and I got the job, and then it was a case of going through my vetting, which, if none of you know, getting vetting to work in a police station is really hard. They'll go off your debt, your known associates, which the only person in my family who hasn't got a criminal background is my daughter. You know, she's 19 and she's the only one, so they go off everything. So it come back, I didn't get my vetting, and so I appealed it. And what's it called? Mum was like, "Are you going to appeal it?" I was like, "Well, it's like when I used to ask my mum for a tenner, and she used to say no. My brain didn't hear no. It used to hear ask again, ask again. She's nearly ready to give you that tenner." So yeah, so I put my appeal in, waited a length of time for my appeal as well, and I kept thinking, shall I ring them? Can I ask this person how's it going? And my sponsor said to me, she said, "Louise, don't you think God's teaching you patience? Anything out of this, whether you get the job or you don't, the lesson in this for you is patience." And I thought, you know what, she's right. So I just had a bit of patience, waited, and it come back. I got the vetting. So next week is my last week with Red Rose, which I'll be really sad to leave, because like I do ring Glenn at 7 in the morning, or 8, you know, and Glenn he's been amazing with me. Anything, if it's an email I don't understand, Glenn, what's this? You put it in normal language for me. Just, you know, anything like that. Red Rose, they have really helped me with everything. So it will be sad to go, but I'll still be working with them at the same time anyway. But it's a chapter of my life, and it's a progression for me, innit? And it's, you know, we all deserve it. All the good things that come to us, I think we all deserve it. I used to think I weren't worthy of anything, me. I used to think I weren't worthy of being cleaned, I weren't worthy of having my daughter at home, I weren't even worthy of having my dog, you know. But now I know that I am worth it. I try and not jump into different relationships, because I was always in a relationship. I've been like 2 years relationship free now. And you know what, even all the bad things that have happened in my life, someone said to me, would you change anything in your life? And I was like, no, absolutely not. Even the bad things, the domestic violence, that's taught me what I do not want in a man. You know, everything in my life has taught me a lesson. And for that, in a weird way, I will be forever grateful to all my lessons, good or bad. Do you know, as long as I start my day, try and not think about me when I first wake up. Try and think about other people, which for me, it's my dogs. I'm glad I've got my dogs, because I'm not waking up thinking about me. I'm waking up, right, they need to go out, sort them out, check my phone. And I always have messages in a few recovery groups that I'm in, off my close friends. I message every single day. And, you know, if I'm ever feeling a bit down or a bit shitty, what I've learned to do is ring somebody, someone relatively new around in recovery, and ask, how are they? Do they need anything? Can I help them with something? And it works. It's like magic. It always gets me out of myself. So yeah, I don't know how long I've been talking, and I even feel like this has done me good. I was nervous a bit before it, but yeah, freely giving away what was given to me, and I'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Louise. Glenn, do you want to say anything back?
Yeah, I do, because when you were saying that, I was sat there and I couldn't take my eyes off what you were saying, because everything that you said was real and authentic and organic. And the fact is yeah, like we said, we have a bit of a joke and you ring at 7, whatever. But do you know what? I didn't mind, and I didn't mind because I know that you do the same. If I needed it, I knew that I could ring you, and it was a two-way thing. And I know that obviously you was only contracted to 2 days a week, but I know that you was doing 3, 4, 5, 6, whichever. If someone needed you, you was there. You didn't see it as a job. You seen it as somebody needs support. So Louise would be there for him. And ultimately, you're right, and it is progression, and it is the next chapter. And the way I see it is, obviously, I've met a friend for life, regardless of the job or where you're at and stuff like that. So I just want to take my hats off to you and say congratulations.
Touching stuff, this, guys. You know, it just goes to show what in recovery, you know, what happens for people. Louise, I'm sure you're going to be absolutely sorely missed down at Red Rose, but as you said, you are going to be still working alongside them. Is that correct? Yeah, that's great news. Can you say what it is you're actually going on to do? What it is you're actually going on to?
So I will be a support worker with the liaison and diversion team in Preston Police Custody.
Fantastic. And you know what, guys? As Louise mentions that is actually how I got signposted into Red Rose Recovery, through the liaison and diversion team. And if it weren't for them, I don't know where I'd be right now. Do you know what I mean? I've got a lot of gratitude and a lot of respect for the guys that work at L&D, liaison and diversion. You know, they found me in a police cell. First time I'd ever been in one. You know, I've been in an active addiction for more than several years, a lot of years. You know, and I just caught lucky. I'd never got in trouble, you know, and it just so happened I got arrested. Don't remember getting arrested. Went into a police cell. Don't remember. Woke up in a police cell, you know, and the first face I got to see was liaison and diversion. That was the first memory that I got about, you know, being in custody. And, you know, since then, you know, the help and the support that I've gotten through them and Red Rose Recovery has been massive, and it's got me where I'm at today. And in actual fact, I filled in an application form last week for Red Rose Recovery to try and get myself a position there, you know. So all this has been made possible because of these guys, because of this platform, because of what it is we're doing now, reaching out, connection. You know, if you're struggling, connect with people. I know I keep saying it, but it's massive, guys. It really is. You know, anybody that needs any assistance, ring people, connect with people. It's really important. Louise, thank you so much for sharing that with us. You know, and it's really touching. I just want to read a few of the comments because you've got a lot of love there, a lot of love. Well done, Louise. Forgiveness is huge. We don't need to love the people who hurt us. We just need to accept it and forgive them. To quote the song titled The Grudge by the band Tool, give away the stone dragging you down in the sea, and let the waters kiss and transmutate these laden grudges into gold. Let go, and let go. Always above and beyond is what you've got off Bev. God bless you from David Simpson. Wow, Louise. Massive round of applause from Bev. Now then, you know, the love out there for you, inspirational. It's just amazing. It is absolutely amazing. There was one there from our big Scott somewhere. I'm just looking. Go on, Louise. Big love. All the guys that are on there. Scotty P representing, big love. You've got so much love. I'm so proud to be listening to this and to have got the chance to, you know, be a part of this end of your story. And I'm sure I'll get to see you in the future moving forward. I wish you the best of luck. I'm sure the guys on here wish you the best of luck. And just thank you for just giving away so freely what you were given. Do you know what I mean? And helping these people, helping other people, and still being here. There is one thing that I will say on the comments. I have seen something. Jonathan Chapman. Sadly, I've been disengaged with Red Rose Recovery over the past few weeks due to personal issues. I just needed to isolate myself and have a break, but now I'm beginning to bounce back. Jonathan, reach out to your friends, reach out to Red Rose, get involved on them groups, get involved on Monday morning, brand new Puzzle Productions. We're going to check out a new episode. We're going to have a chat around what direction we want to go in. You know, there's loads of things out there on the sounding board. Do we talk about domestic violence? You know, it's just massive. There's so many directions we can go with this. Just 1 second, I need to put a line on. Right, I'm being badgered to do a song for you guys. Yeah, I haven't got any sound equipment. I'm gonna do it a cappella. I'm not sure how it's gonna sound, so forgive me. And the song I'm going to sing here is from a musical. I'm massive into musical theatre, guys. I go to see shows all the time. I'm going to sing a song from Jekyll and Hyde, and it's called This Is the Moment. And I'm going to do it a cappella. So I hope it sounds okay. I'm so nervous. Anyway, I'll give it a go. This is the moment. This is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play. And now, today, this is the moment, this is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all I'm dreaming, this is the day. See it sparkle and shine when all I'm living for becomes mine. For all these years, I have faced the world alone. Now the time has come to prove to them I have made it on my own. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckons, I never reckon second best. I won't look down, I must not fall, for this is the moment, the sweetest moment of them all. There you go. Oh, right, that's been done. I've been barracked and badgered and bloody pulled and pushed to do that. So forgive me. Anyway, on with the show, guys. Just want to remind you all to click and share. Click like, click share. It's massive. It's important. It gives everybody out there, all your friends, you might not know are suffering, but you might not know that they need help. It puts a link out to their Facebook. It gives them the opportunity to get involved, to watch this. A few more forgiveness, a few more comments, always above and beyond. That was for our Lindsay there. Yes, Louise. Love hearing Louise share. Good luck in your new role. And Emily Roke, I'm coming on puzzled on Monday. Emily was supposed to be on the show tonight. Unfortunately, she's not been very well. She played a police officer in Puzzle Productions. And for Emily, that was massive because she hated the police and the police hated Emily. So we've been told. Come on, Pete. No, we don't want to see the jazz hands. Oh dear. Right. Oh, I'm having the time of my life, guys, tonight. I really am. It's been a great show so far. So we've done some more comments. You know, let's bring it back to Puzzle Productions, guys. Let's get everyone get off mute. Lindsay, I want to start with you again. What do you want to see from Puzzle Productions going forward in the next? You know,
well, I've had a few chats.
Going.
Well, I've had a few chats with a few people like back who's not on here tonight, and we have mentioned going down the domestic violence route, but you know, we've got to go in all angles of addiction, how it affects children, how it interferes with domestic violence. You know, we've got to look at it all. We've got to look at the in and out of the police stations, you know, not just the prisons. You know, I think we need to cover the lot of it really. So there's plenty more out there for us to be doing.
Yeah, there is. There's a massive amount out there for us to do. You know, there's so many directions we could take it. Domestic violence, county lines is a massive one for me. You know, people being affected within that area, child protection. There's so many areas that we can touch on. But you know, it's very difficult for us guys to do it, though, isn't it, Neil? You know, you'll agree with this. Having to do it on a phone, Barbara. You know, it's not scripted. It is literally just off the cuff, isn't it, guys? You know, bring some.
We wing it.
Have a chat about it. Come on.
Yeah, so it's it's mad because what I generally do, I come in on a Monday. The first half an hour, we all have banter about the weekend. Then we get down to business. We people. That's what I'd like to say to the viewers. If you're no good on the camera, which I do fully understand, like I say, I've got to do what I've got to do. I can get round it. I'll do that. But even if you didn't want to go on camera, you can come on and your experience will bring to the group. You can just help build the character up. And then what I normally do is go in my head, think, right, what have I got to do? Come off the group and then play. And I have a nightmare in my WhatsApp, really, really slow about terrible internet. So it's never straight, never plain sailing. There's always like hiccups. It's never perfect. Like people said, there's not everyone there. But I'm really excited. I think the viewers should put on the comments what they'd like to see. That's what I think the beauty of this is, the diversity. I think everything like mental health, like something terrible with mental health. I'm really excited to rock up on Monday and see what's on offer.
Do you know what, Neil? That's massive, guys, viewers, people out there. If you've got an idea that you want to see in Puzzle Production, put it in the comments. We'll have a look at it. If we can do it, we'll do it. You know, we'll try our best to put everything into it for you guys. You know, Neil, that's gold, mate. Thank you for that. You know, why didn't we think of that before? Ask the people what they want to see. Barbara, what are you thinking? Have you got any comments you want to put in there about Puzzle Productions?
I think that the mental health plays a big part in absolutely everything in all of our lives. Everything stems from mental ill health. I never call it mental health because it's not health. I came through the system of the mental health, and that's how I got involved with Red Rose.
I'll tell you what, while we're doing this, Barbara, why don't you share a little bit about your life? You know, share about from when you got signposted to Red Rose, what you've done since. You know, let the viewers know the person behind the cast member. Let's do that. Go on.
Yeah, I was referred to Red Rose because a lot of other services just didn't work for me. There's so much out there that they want to give you, but it's all book learned and it's not lived experiences. And I was sent to Red Rose and sat back for the first few weeks and took us all in, and I started to enjoy it, and then I enjoyed it more. Stayed, kept coming to the groups because it was all face to face. After a few months, I was asked to start volunteering. I just said yes to everything. I'll do any training. I'll have a go at anything to keep my mind in a good place. And it worked for me. And I volunteered. I ended up just on 6 years volunteering. Because We live in Skem. We're a bit out of the way. I didn't know a lot of other people in Red Rose, but then I was awarded an award for all the volunteering that I'd done. And I'm not a young person, I'm one of the old farts in Red Rose, you know, I'm 70. And I thought, oh, that's great. And then people were saying, try for a job. And I was going, no, I can't try for a job, can't try. I'm too old, I'm too old. Anyway, I started off with 1 day a week. And now I do 4 days and facilitate for the Hope and Beyond, which is part of the Mind contract. And I absolutely love what I'm doing. I used to love the face-to-faces groups that we had, but then of course COVID come in and we've had to go to Zoom. And how much Zoom has changed us all. We can speak to people from all over England, and we're connecting. We're making so many acquaintances. We're meeting so many different characters, and the groups have changed as well. We have fun groups like Fun Friday. We have 2 lots of music groups now. We have quizzes. We have the here and now. We have the structured groups, if that's what you need. There's so many different groups. The women's groups are absolutely amazing. I suppose the men's groups are, but they won't let me on them yet. Anyway, that's how I got involved with Puzzle Productions. And it was all just a laugh at first, and we had a joke. But then we really started to enjoy it, and it's done so much for us all. It's brought us all out. I mean, you have just sang brilliantly, Peter. Absolutely wonderful, right? They had all of us singing at Christmas.
I know, I've seen it. I think we played it, didn't we?
My dog is still in shock.
No. Listen, I'm sure it was absolutely fantastic. It really
my dog is still shaken. But
I just want to come in there, and I want you to carry on, but I just do want to reiterate to people, to the viewers, and to us guys on this platform now, this platform has brought us together because we are all different areas of Lancashire and England and the world, you know. And Zoom, what Zoom has done is it's brought everybody, it's made everybody come in. So recovery has become closer knit. You know, I would never been involved with Red Rose, maybe not never, we probably would have met at some point. We probably would have met Barbara. Yeah, there's other people, Louise probably would have met Louise, but people work in different areas of Red Rose. There's the North team, there's the East team, Central, you know, all these individual areas work on their own areas. We wouldn't have been together like this, you know. No. And I really hope that once Boris, I'm not saying it, has brought us out of the lockdown properly, that Zoom will continue, because I feel it's helped on other platforms as well for other fellowships. It's really worked and helped. I hope that there's an element of Zoom that stays on for the people that still can't come out or are still suffering inside and can only reach out in that respect, you know. And I hope once Zoom's ended that we all get to meet up together and spend the day together and get to know each other in the flesh and have a hug, you know, because we're missing that contact, you know. We love contact, and that's a massive thing for us, you know. Carry on, Barb. Sorry to butt in there. I just wanted to get that out there. Oh, just one more point. 70? I can't believe you're 70. Wow, you've blown me away. Carry on.
I love you, Peter. Anyway, Zoom will be staying, because what we found is people are more comfortable at home to start off meeting other people. And it's easier to just come on, you can sit and listen, you don't even have to put your picture on. And that slowly they come into it, and then they start the connection. Anyway, getting back to the singing and my poor dog. The big thing in my life came last November. I lost my daughter, she passed away sadly, and I thought I would just fall apart again, and it was so hard. But I was lucky, really lucky. I didn't have to stop looking for connection. I had it with Red Rose Recovery, Puzzle Productions, and everyone was marvellous. They just took whether I was upset or whether I was down, and that's what I like, and that's what I think people need. Doesn't matter whether it's mental ill health, substance misuse, domestic violence, anything at all, it doesn't matter. Just connect. And Puzzle Productions, come on, people. We're not actors. We just bluff it every week. Come and have a go. Show us what you can do. Add to our joy. And everybody, please go on YouTube. Look for Puzzle Productions. Give us a bit of a thumbs up. Press the subscribe button, because it doesn't cost you anything. And it'll keep us going. And that's what we all need. We all need to keep doing things. And that's my big shout out to everything. And I'm not going to sing again because my poor dog couldn't take anymore.
Neil, I think, did you want to say something, Neil?
Yeah, sorry. So I think you made a valid point there. It's like there's some things on there's some positives to be taken out of lockdown, and for me, Puzzle Productions epitomises, because my time in Preston's probably limited. There's probably going to be a time when I'll have to come closer to my kids when I'm seeing them more regular. So I just hope and pray. There's a few things. I love diversity, and I just hope that Puzzle Productions on Zoom stays. I'd also hope we'd like to meet up and do a live production maybe. It's just, this can go anywhere, guys, you know what I mean? The sky's the limit. But I do honestly hope and pray that Zoom, because it's part of my program now, the good weeks I've had in recovery over the last 3 months have started with the Puzzle Productions on a Monday, and that as a fact.
Yeah.
Oscars, awards, we're all going to Hollywood. Red carpet.
Get with suits on, innit? Get dressed up. Let's go and drink some
Wishful thinking.
cordial. Let's get out there. Let's have a dance. You don't need drinks and drugs to be able to have a good time. You know,
No.
I think Louise touched on it earlier about like recovery and about what am I going to do now in life? You know, how am I going to have fun? You know, when really we weren't having fun. We thought we were having fun. In our minds at first, we were probably having fun. But the fun went out of it for me. I don't know about you guys, but the fun went out ages ago. You know what I mean? It got to the stage for me where I was hiding in the house, I was locking the doors, and if the door was open, I used to think that somebody was going to come around looking for me. So I'd stand in positions in the house where I couldn't be seen, you know, because I was paranoid. And that's where drugs and things took me, you know, and I'm freed from that now. I'm out of that, you know, and I thank God every day that I no longer have to feel that way, you know. And in the other fellowships, there's a saying, you will live a life beyond your wildest dreams. Well, I didn't get that saying at first. Living a life beyond my wildest dreams. Well, hang on a minute. I had some great times. All right. I had a lot of shit times as well, coming towards the end of my using. But how am I going to live a life beyond my wildest dreams? And do you know how you do it? It's in here, and it's in here, in there. And it's with people like yourselves, sharing experiences and strength and hope and coming through it together and being there for one another, sitting and playing with your children, not under the influence, not thinking about...
Can I come in there, Pete?
Yeah, absolutely, Lindsay.
I was just going to say, like, my mum, like, I'm living that now, you know, I have to say that, you know, like, I'm in my sister and my mum's house, sat on my sister's bed, my mum's just brought me watermelon, my kids are running riot, ready for me to put them to bed, but I never had that 6 months ago, you know what I mean? And it's all about staying connected and doing what you've got to do to get to them points, and believe me, they will happen, you know. So it's just wanted to put that out there. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So to never give up.
Yeah. And I also say that it's so sad at the moment, especially with the lockdown, that so many people are contemplating suicide.
Yeah.
90% of the time, it's because they're sat in a house and they're not connecting with anybody. There's no phone calls. They might get a text now and again. Zoom should be in everybody's house. It's amazing for that simple thing to keep us all together.
You know, I mean, I'd never heard of Zoom until lockdown, until the first lockdown, till we got banned from going outside. Zoom had literally, I think my partner had started using it on work a couple of weeks before to start doing some meetings with people in different parts of the country or different areas of the world. But until then, I'd never heard of Zoom, and it's massive now. I think I remember it was Skype or something like that we used to do video calls on the internet with. Apart from your standard mobile phone stuff, Messenger and things like that. But no, Zoom has been a godsend. It really has. I want to carry on this conversation with you guys as well. I don't know if Neil's still there. He's got his picture up, but I want to bring Willie back in. Willie, I just want you to come in, please, and give us another words of wisdom. And also, I believe you both didn't bloody arrive this week because it's something to do with the picture. Tell us what's happened. Tell us a little bit about your book as well. Let's get the viewers buzzing about this book. Don't forget, guys, put it in the comments if you want a copy. And before you come in, Willie, we've had some great comments back. Lindsay Jackson apparently can play an old lady alcoholic. She's studied the subject at length. Defo think we need to do a rehab chapter. Mental health's a good idea, touching on mental health. You know, keep these ideas coming in, guys. 70 years of fabulous right there. I'm sure that's for you, Babs. Barbara, you're a star and you're so inspirational. Come on, comment. There's not enough MH in our areas. Is that men's health? Mental health, there we go. There's not enough mental health in our areas now. The government cut money by closing wards and staff, and it all went downhill from there. There we go. So there's not enough mental research in that in mental health. Just a quick one. Tom Tierney, happy birthday. How are you doing, lad? Come on, mate. Happy birthday.
So happy birthday for.
We need a mental health program at Red Rose. Barbara English, you're so empowering. Zoom is a fantastic way of connecting. Jonathan Chapman, thanks for that. Jonathan, it's nice to see you connected as well. And don't forget, get yourself on the website, get yourself on the groups, come and connect with us further, get some numbers, get some support, mate. We're all here for you. We've all got your back, just like you love ours. Love you, Babs. Powerful and inspiring and true. I think real actors bluff it every week. Get your tuxedo on, Neil. No, okay, we'll leave that bit. Anyone remember Skype? Yeah, we've touched on that. And then on that note, Willie, give us some wisdom.
You want the wisdom first, dear?
Go on, give us a bit of wisdom. Then share a little bit about yourself, about your book. And then I think, guys, we're not far off closing. We'll finish that little informal chat around recovery and addiction. And
Should I say about my book first, then?
You do it however you want, Willie. It's your floor.
Right, I've got it down. So I've done a brief overview of mental health. I got symptoms at age 5. Wow. Attention deficit disorder, which is ADHD. I didn't fit in at school. Why? I was getting bullied. I was lonesome. Seen psychologists, psychiatrists till the age of 12. Started dabbling in drugs at the age of 15. Turned to life of crime, 15 for drug habit. Stealing from shops to fund my drug habit. I was just running into shops basically and like grabbing like 10, 15 of the most expensive tops in there and running away or jumping on my mountain bike and I was off with him. That's how bad it started getting. Sent to prison numerous times for shoplifting and psychiatric hospitals. In another rehab, length of time there was 3.5 years on a section. Started unwell, had to go there with the advice of a CPN, which is a community psychiatric nurse. Wanted just to go to to get me out of the locked ward I was in. So basically, I was locked up for nearly a year on a lockup ward. And then this place come and see me, and they needed funding to move me to this other place. But this other place was open, so you could do what you want when you wanted. So I was glad about that. But the thought that I'd get more freedom, I had a big room, my own suite, basically could do what I wanted. Felt bored there, felt depressed. I went on a methadone script, and then I was going to the chemist, picking up my methadone script. I was bumping into other people at the chemist who was on methadone as well. And I started dabbling in drugs again with them. I got to know them, started dabbling in drugs, diazepam and alcohol, everything like that. In with the wrong crowd again. I was spending my money, they were spending theirs. No money left. Back to drugs, didn't feel supported. And then I moved to Burnley, supported living, own flat, staff on 24/7, started drinking, lasted 6 days in the community. So really, up to now, I don't think I've had 6 months out in 25 years. I went to another hospital. I got day leave at the other hospital. Some of the LUF people in Red Rose will know about this because I did a talk about it at a LUF meeting where I go into. So I was sent to this hospital. I got arrested in the town centre. I was sent to Preston prison for 9 months. Went back into a locked hospital for another 4.5 years. The place I'm in now is the best rehabilitation unit I've been in my life. It's the only one where I've lasted all this time, and nobody can believe it that I've lasted, because the doctors and that said from the old hospital, from the lockdown hospital, that I won't make 3 months. So I've been here a year, 2 months now. It's been a challenge for me for the corona, because I've been really, well, I've had mental illness. I still get mental illness every day. So I've just been playing my guitar, listening to music, doing weight training, taking me exercise. I went to the park and took some photos the other day and sent them out to a few friends on LUF. The LUF, what actually happened was, I was at this other hospital for 4.5 years before I come to this care home. There's a man, I don't mention names, there's a man and another guy that were gym teachers in Kemperview Hospital, and they were going to these LUF meetings in Preston and Blackburn and that lot. And they asked me to come because of my addiction at the time and everything. So yeah, I really wanted to come, like. But I went there. When I was there, I was heavily medicated, slavering. My legs were going funny, everything like that. And the guy from the LUF, who's high up, he helped me. I sat back in the chair for a few weeks, watching everybody go up in the LUF to the stage. And then I thought, these people, that's me, that's my life. They're talking about my life, you know. So I'm not on my own. There's other people out there like me. And I thought to myself, I've got to get up. I've got to go up and tell them about my life so that if they can understand me, you know. Anyway, so I went up and I talked about the prison had sent me to Kempo View, and then so I started attending these LUF meetings, and every time they were on, I was meeting the same people. They were giving me a hug, shaking my hand. They know who they are, so I won't mention the names. All these people know who they were. I was going to a soup kitchen in Burnley, where other Red Rose workers, high up, got me going to from this slot rehab. Basically, there I was making meals, playing pool, and then people from the community used to come into it as well. And I got to talk to them and that lot, you know, making new friends and stuff like that. And they were in recovery. And I thought to myself, you know, I thought, well, I want recovery. So I've been a recovered addict now for 8 years. Basically, growing up outside, I used to sleep in like cardboard boxes and bin liners and everything like that from the age of 15. In that prison, shoplifting every day. I used to shoplift for me and my girlfriend, not for drugs at the time because I wasn't on them. But I used to shoplift for me and my girlfriend to keep her in clothes, to feed her, you know, stuff like that. So I was with her a while. And then my habit was getting out of control. I was just taking everything, and I was just, you know, obliterated, whatever you call it, out my head all the time. And I was just running in shops to just grab anything, and my life was like that. The first time they give me a council flat, like, I thought, yes, I'll have somewhere to stay now. The only thing they didn't mention is because there's no bloody fucking furniture in it. No bloody furniture in a council flat. What am I going to do with that? Apparently, though, middle of winter, I goes into my council flat and I'm sleeping in bin bags and not on floor, not even a carpet on floor. I thought, bloody hell, I've got a good start to life, haven't I? So
look at you now, though, Willie. Look at you now. I mean, you're getting so much love on the LUF every week. You come in, you're a natural on here now. You're in here every week. It's a far cry from where you were to where you are. You know, and this is the message we need to get to people.
Yeah, recovery. That's where I am now. So I'm a recovered addict. I do what I want. I'm sick, you know. I've recovered, and I just hope the message go out to the people. I've wrote my book. That should have come this week, but it didn't because there's something wrong with one of the pages, and they had to email me, so that'll be here next week for copies, anyone. Throughout my book, I wrote about that, what I've just said, about the LUF, what I've just said, in and out of prison, what I've just said. And basically, I owe it to the LUF and Red Rose, really, because if they didn't pick me up at them meetings, I think I'd still, you know, I'd still be a mess, basically. So I want to thank everyone at the LUF, and I want to thank everyone at the Red Rose for pulling me out a great big hole. Okay.
You know what, Willie? Just before you give us your word of wisdom, I just want to read something that somebody posted a minute ago, and that was quite poignant to what you said of pulling you out of a big hole. Right. So Tom Tierney posted a comment on there. We started to dig our own graves and we never knew it. Sadly, it's too late for so many people, but it's not too late for us.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So, Willie, give us your word of wisdom. Give us the last one for today, your word of wisdom. And obviously, we'll see you next week on the LUF.
Yeah. You are capable of amazing things. Be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Willie, you get so much love. You get so much love on the LUF, mate. You really do. Love you, Willie. Love you, Willie. Love you, Willie. Well said, Pete, and well done, Willie. Do you know what I mean? It really is the Willie Show, isn't it? It should be renamed the Willie Show, this. Everybody loves you, mate. You're absolutely brilliant. Can't wait to get your book. My mum wants a copy. My mum loves you. Every time I see you, how's Willie? I said,
Yeah.
you're not fucking asking yourself. Bloody hell. You know what I mean? She absolutely adores you,
Tell
mate.
her hello, Pete.
I will do, mate. Don't you worry. Thank you. Right. So back to what we were saying, guys. We were having that chat around addiction and recovery and where it took us. Lindsay, you know, how did you find Red Rose Recovery? Who signposted you? What happened? Can you speak now? You little
Yeah. Sorry, I've got my little lad with me, but it's all been carnage in the house. I have no choice. Yeah, what's happened is I've been around for a long time, and I did rehab in 2012. He thinks he knows, he's only 4. Went to rehab in 2012. And then I was involved in Inspiring that lot, and then I ended up relapsing after I had another child, and I went back into Inspire, and I was doing all that. And then I relapsed again. And then at the time that I lost my little boy, who's with me now, and my other son 2 years ago, and I went into Inspire, and that's where Red Rose was, and I just got into the groups, you know, and then I was volunteering and facilitating groups and doing everything that I love to do. So yeah, it was just about, because I've been around for so long, I just keep up in Inspire and go, what can I do? Where do I go? Basically. So it's just going through them doors, really, that's important, and getting in there. Yeah, that's all I did, really, from rehab going straight to there.
I mean, it's massive, what you said there a minute ago. It's like, you know, you've relapsed. And, you know, it happens.
Millions of times.
Guys. And what people need to remember as well is that relapse is a common occurring theme with recovering addicts. We're not perfect. We're far from perfect. But one thing I will say to you about relapse is if you are not working on your recovery, you are working on your relapse. And this is why it's important to connect. Connection. And I know I say it all the time. Connection. Reach out. Get in touch with people. Get in touch with Red Rose Recovery. Get in touch with the guys. Leave a message. It's massively important. One of us will pick it up. We'll be in contact. We'll get you involved. Everybody's story is different. It doesn't matter if you were, you know, if you took heroin or whether you take cocaine or whether it's alcohol. Everybody's story is different and unique. It doesn't matter how much or how little you use. If you have got a problem, pick up that phone, get on the internet, make that call and make that connection. It might just save your life, guys. And you've got to remember as well, it's not just us, ourselves that we hurt. We hurt our families and our friends and our colleagues and people that love us. We don't even blimmin' realise we're doing it because we're so self-obsessed in what we're doing to ourselves that we forget about everybody else. Because it's not about them, it's about us, it's about me, it's about what I'm doing, it's about what I want. And we forget about what they want and the pain that we're putting them through and the pain that they see us in. You know, and it's really easy to forget about them people, you know. So just get on that phone. It doesn't matter what you've used. It doesn't matter if you use today. If you feel the need to make a connection, bloody well make it, guys, because it will save your life. Barbs, do you want to say something?
Yeah, please. I met Neil about 3 years ago. Neil now, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right, Babs.
Yeah, and I was in the drop-in in Scammerdale and Neil came in and he was a mess. He was. And he wasn't ready for the recovery. He wanted it, but he wasn't ready for it. And to look at him now and see how he's come on, it's just wonderful. And that's all that we want. That's all that we want. Us that do this, that's all that we want, is to see just somebody come through it. And it's great when it does. Sad when it doesn't. But we never shoot the wounded. You can come back as many times as you want.
It's about keep coming back. That's the important thing. You know, just come back. Don't be too proud or ashamed to come back, because no matter what you've done, our arms are always going to be open, guys. We are always going to welcome you back and try and help you until you get that in your life where you don't want to suffer anymore. We will always be there. Yes, Neil, you was going to say something. Sorry.
We're
on,
all
Babs.
the proof. We are all the proof that it works.
Yeah, so I want to make a few points. So yeah, look, Babs, seems like a lifetime ago that, where because I was coming in my hometown, I was engaged with another service, and it was called Red Rose. I didn't know what it was. That's another positive for me, the diversity. I do something in Red Rose at least once a day now. It's only Sunday I have off, and it's just, and that's down to this lockdown and Zoom. And I love the diversity. And I just got to finish on a couple of funny stories. So the first time I done my first video for Puzzle Productions, I'd done the video in the kitchen, and I lived with housemates, and my housemate was being really weird all day. We didn't really get on, so I was just cracking on with my day, thinking what's up with him. It wasn't until the night time he said, "Was I all right?" He heard me screaming and shouting, "Have you got my money? I'm coming to see you." But he didn't say nothing to me. And the other one was, anyone who watches Puzzle Productions will see I was absent for about 4 weeks. And that was for a number of reasons. I wasn't in a great place. And that's the beauty of Puzzle Productions. That's what we were saying, how it's ad-libbed. If you're there on the day, then you'll be scripted in if you want that part. But I just had a moment. I wasn't in a good place. And then I started thinking, oh, I'm going to be getting spat at going the Aldi and things like that. I thought, I'm going to have to pack this in if everyone's watching it. I'm going to start being hated. So it was just weird. And that's typical me, the addict in me, catastrophizing, everything going to be the worst. But yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, I just want to urge anyone who's not too savvy with technology. So if you just go onto YouTube and you type puzzle, and it must have the D on the end, Puzzled Productions, it'll come up. If you like it, it'll show you've watched it and you liked it. And if you subscribe, it doesn't cost nothing. Subscribe just means as things are getting posted in the future, it'll come through to your phone free of charge. Yeah, so thanks, guys.
Well said, Neil. Thank you. And do you know what, Neil? I just wanted, your input at Red Rose and what you say is massive and it's important. And you're a big help. You've been a massive help to me. Checking up on me, giving me a call. You've helped me through last week. Which I was going through some stuff, going to court and things like that. And you really were a rock for me, mate. You really helped me out, and I'm massively thankful for that. So thank you very much. Your assistance. And again, guys, this is the beauty of this. This guy helped me. He picked the phone up, he rung me, I picked the phone up, I rung him, I rung other people. It's all about peer support, and it's massive, and we can understand each other more than anybody else, more than any doctor or anybody that hasn't suffered. We get it. So bloody well get involved, and we will help each other. Listen, guys, we are coming to the end of this show. Babs, Lindsay, Neil, Willie, is there anything you'd like to say before we end it? No?
Just to try and stay connected and that, and, like, share, and subscribe, and just get in contact with any of us if you're ever struggling.
That's it. And the way to get in contact is www.redroserecovery.org.uk. Leave a message. Whatever it is you need to do, but somebody will be in touch with you. It is important if you're struggling to do that thing. Get it in there, in that phone, in that Google bar. Get on and get involved, guys. We're here for you. All you've got to do is reach out. We can't come and get you, but we can bloody well pick you up once you're here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. On that note, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. See you next week. Stay safe. If you're struggling, get on that phone and reach out. From myself, from Barbara, from Neil, Lindsay, and Willie, God bless you all and stay safe.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.